So I figured I would go ahead and do another video of another one of my bases. This is Kipling Dirge. He is the leader of Blue Talon Investigations, solving the problems of the world, one crime at a time. With this base, my design philosophy echoed that of what I was seeing in a lot of bases when Homecoming was first started. The philosophy being, let's have everything we need right here at the beginning. So we've got a couple of trainers and a couple of stores. We've got a costume set up over here that I like to call the icon outlet. Here, a player can go ahead and click one of the icon employees and customize their appearance. With the idea that everything here is essentially props. I never really did understand what the idea behind Icon was. It was essentially a company that sells costumes to heroes, replete with fully functioning weaponry. Weirdness of the game world. Over here we have the workshop. It is heavily laden with security systems. Plasma cannons, scanners, interceptors, shielding, and good old-fashioned autocannons. Just like Gray's army, I separate my magic salvage from my technological salvage, depending on what the racks look like. I really like how the Homecoming crew included letters. One of the things that bothered me back when the game was under Paragon was that we couldn't label anything. So you'd wind up with people getting lost in bases easily. Or at least that's what all my friends complained. I had the same problem in their bases. We had differing design philosophies for various things. Over here is the apparatus where players can build stuff. Really, it's just this device here that does the building. Back in the Paragon days, these mechanical arms actually did something, but those days are gone. These devices provide empowerment buffs if you want an extra oomph in your gaming. Over here we have the medical facility. This is where you respawn when you tell the game that you would like to respawn in your base rather than in the hospital. The portals are also here in this central room. The city portal, the red side portal. I have trouble calling it the villain side. The City of Villains had a big issue in that a lot of the things you did there weren't particularly villainous. I'm going to have to chalk that up to some of Zeb Cook's philosophy that nobody actually thinks of themselves as the villains. There were a couple of quests that were kind of gut-wrenching, where it's like, I can't believe I did that. But the bulk of the quests actually humanized a lot of the people that were living out there. Danger zones. Interdimensional zones. And that's it for the utility of the base. The rest of it is just fluff and filler. Some more of that public domain music being played by somebody buried under the floorboards. Got a bar here. Here's the meeting room, complete with trophies. Go ahead and move that down. And this is the residential area. This is the room of Kip and his girlfriend, Pop Roxy. Some of the newer computer setup that they've got for the bases that aren't available anywhere else in the game. But the Homecoming crew is always making new stuff and just surprising me at every turn, and I'm loving it. Still no realistic refrigerator, so this double set of desks had to make do. Yeah, we've got a sink, but no oven, no stove, so you've got to kind of fudge parts together to make something approximating stoves and ovens and refrigerators. There is a refrigerator in game, but it's really one meant for biological samples. This is the room of Kip's brother, Nestor. Little doors here signifying bathrooms. This is the room of Kip's friend Corey. Corey is their mystical expert, which is why he has a bizarre orb floating over a set of runes. I'm actually kind of proud of this orb. There are items of power, and no one of them looks like this. But without any clipping, you can mash a couple of them together and get some really funky colors. This portal doesn't go anywhere. It's just here for show. The idea being that Corey uses it to jump to places where he feels he's needed. This is the room of my fire tanker, Ashen Roast. He doesn't keep much here. And this is the room of his best friend and his best friend's boyfriend, Blizzard Front and Glacial Spring. Not much to it. A lot of the idea for some of these apartments is that these aren't necessarily their homes. This is just where they crash. You might have just heard a cat running around in the background. This is the room of Solo Striker. He keeps a little television next to his bed. A little laptop for whenever he wants to do stuff. I do believe that's Windows 7. And this is the home of Draven Erickson. He's a little untidy and is a little more focused on entertainment. Over here is the garage, where they work on their various vehicles. parking lot. The idea is they drive out these heavy doors. Some more vehicles in their employ. And over here, the dirty little secret of Blue Talon Investigations is that they're actually a subsidiary of a military faction. I still haven't decided which one. In game, it would wind up being Vanguard. That they work for Vanguard. And this is an area that Vanguard uses as a staging point, hence the heavy number of military weapons. When they need to go for a raid, that would be deniable. They send some troops over here to stock up and hop into a ship. Some tanks that provide anti-air capability. And a jet for when they need the personal touch. And over here, the gym. They've got weights, they've got trainers that are all on standby. Cardio, heavy bags for martial training, dojo ring for more martial training, and of course, the pool. And this character does not have swim trunks. No, well. And that concludes my tour of Blue Talon Investigations. Thank you, and have a good one.